What's up, everyone? Marc Lobliner, CEO, MTS Nutrition. This is a video, I love doing these videos because it's about not handling the truth. However, I'm usually really nice, but I'm a bodybuilding fan like all of you, but unlike some people, I do have some perspective. I've been in this industry for a long time. I started my career at Weider Publications, working under the Joe Weider, also working alongside Peter McGuff, and all the other pioneers of bodybuilding. I've trained alongside all the greats, including Dorian Yates, Ronnie Coleman, Kai Greene, Phil Heath. You can just look up on YouTube. I've trained a lot of people. And even some lesser known guys who I thought trained just as hard and awesome. I learned just as much from. Me, I'm like a sponge. But I also am a fan of the sport. You're not going to see me critique classic physique. It's just not me, bro. This might sound weird, but I can't take a sport that isn't showing a man's ass, entire ass. I need the full butt cheek view to consider it bodybuilding, man. I want to see glutes. I'm sorry. There's nothing weird about that. I'm happily married. I've got 3 kids and a vasectomy. Okay? Bottom line. Why the vasectomy matters, I don't know. Bottom line is, bodybuilding, you know, Ben Weider, people don't realize this, back in the day, he actually went on a whole mission. Ben Weider was Joe's brother. God rest his soul, not, in my opinion, not the brightest individual, but let's bear with me here. He wanted bodybuilding to be nude. I'm not going that far, but I'm from a day and age where Rich Kaspari in the 80s, once he brought those glutes out, the game changed. Not a fan of the classic physique, not a fan of the weight classes, not a fan of physique. I admire it, but it's not my thing, man. I'm a bodybuilder through and through. I've been a mediocre pro. I love it. Let's talk about Kai Greene. Kai Greene, the uncrowned Mr. Olympia as he's known. In my opinion, as a man who I consider a friend, an acquaintance, and a man who I've trained with and spent time with, broke bread with, after he won the Arnold Classic the last time, his team called me. Kai contacted me. They're like, we need a place to train. I shut down my gym in Ohio for him for an entire day, put a sign on the door, nobody can be here. This is Kai's gym. Shut it down for him in Generation Iron. I love the guy. I'm biased. I am a Kai fan. However, I'm going to be objective as hell. I don't think that Kai won any of the Olympias that he lost. I really don't. I do think Phil bested him by literally the point he won by. He won by like 1 point. And I think it was right. By the way, guys, MTS Way Brownie. Want to know how to make these? Go on YouTube, search MTS Brownie or 30-second brownie. Hear me out. Phil won those shows. I think Phil was at his best. Phil, while he didn't bring Kai's conditioning and freaky body parts, Phil had a better flow. He had better body parts, better symmetry, and slightly at that point, although now I'd love to see him compared, slightly better waist, slightly better. And that's not Kai's fault. A lot of it's just due to him being really large. When you're large, you're going to grow muscle. He has really large abdominal muscles. And Stone Cold Steve Austin. Look who I ran into in LA.
Good to meet you. I've been watching your videos a long time. Tell me about this protein bar.
So it's the Outright bar, man. It's all natural ingredients, made with real food. None of that. You ever want to work out? You want just a little snack, a little bar before training, but you know the other bars might give you a gut bump.
Right.
This is something that doesn't have any prebiotic fiber, no glycerin, no sugar alcohols. It's whole, real food.
That is a tasty bar.
Really?
It's easy to eat. It's not too chewy. Normally eat something like this with a big ass glass of milk. That's good.
So it's like a cookie.
It's not good.
If you want, we also have the, want to try the almond butter one while we're here?
Love to.
All right, so this
That's
is
a badass bar.
This is made with almond butter, Steve.
That's a winner too.
Really?
He's badass. Good protein bars. Where can people find these?
Well, they can find it at many retail stores. You can find it at tigerfitness.com.
2 badass protein bars. So they get 2 double middle fingers up from Stone Cold Steve Austin, and that's the bottom line.
Also, the fact that that's his body structure. You know, I remember one article defines Kai as hippie, meaning he have wide hips. He has big hips. He doesn't have that svelte waist. His lats literally kind of attach into his hips. into his waist. But I do think Kai is probably one of the greatest bodybuilders of all time. Definitely next to Flex, maybe Cormier, and maybe Levrone, the best bodybuilder to never win a Sandow. Now, my opinion on Kai Greene is that he has really freaky body parts. He has the wow factor. When you see him in a hoodie, you won't believe the amount of mass that man holds. He's literally like a walking SpongeBob, like he's square. That's how he looks in a hoodie. Just a big, impressive dude. Large, impressive, and very, 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 very aesthetically pleasing, believe it or not, if you're into that. So Kai Greene lost the Olympia to Phil Heath. And he's won the Arnold a couple times. When Kai Greene can keep his waist in, Kai Greene is an extremely competitive and an extremely dominant bodybuilder. I don't believe there's ever been a time when Kai doesn't come in condition. Kai is an extremist. In fact, I will say that out of everyone I've trained with, from Phil Heath to Dorian Yates, I'm name dropping. Oh, Marc, you're just throwing on it. No, I really trained with these guys. I'm making a comparison. Kai trained the hardest with the most volume and the most intensity by far. Now, Dorian was intense, but Dorian only did a few sets and a few reps. All right, but Kai, not only did he do pretty impressive weight, but he did literally 15 to 30 rep to 50 rep sets, supersets, bisets, trisets, compound sets, you name it. We were in the gym for about 3 hours training back. So what can Kai do if he was to come back and win Mr. Olympia? Every year there's some kind of a gossipy bullshit underground thing about Kai coming back and winning the Mr. Olympia. Would Kai win the 2019 Mr. Olympia if he came back? Maybe. Here's my opinion. Brandon Curry 2 years ago, Kai wins. No question. We all go home, drink a protein shake, eat an outright bar, go to bed, nobody argues. Right now, I think that Brandon has him in freakiness, roundness, and he definitely has him in symmetry. I'm not going to say, look, symmetry's a very objective thing, a very subjective thing. I apologize, a very subjective thing. Kai's physique, in the grand scheme of judging bodybuilders' physiques, is different. It's so unique and, in my opinion, so beautiful. Because of the fact that it's different. No, I've never seen anybody with a back that goes like this and attaches so low. I've never seen anybody with legs with that kind of sweep, that kind of density, and that kind of striation. Striatedness? What the fuck's the word for that? I've never seen anybody with bicep peaks like Kai Greene. But some people will argue that it's like you took a bunch of body parts and put them on there and there's no flow. I disagree. I think it's beautiful. But I'm not an Olympia judge. And by judging by bodybuilding, I think that Kai, with the current crew, if they all came in shape, Boniak, Rowley, Curry, let's say Big Shawn gets his chance, right? Let's say Rhoden gets allowed back in. There's a petition floating around now. Who wins? If everybody comes in shape and Kai Greene is standing there on the 2019 Mr. Olympia stage against Brandon Curry, Rolly Winkler, William Boniak, and Shawn Rhoden, say Phil Heath comes in the mix. What do I think would happen? That's a good call. If they all came in shape, I think Phil Heath would win. I do. If Phil Heath kept his gut in, Phil Heath would win. Brandon Curry second, Kai Greene third, Boniak fourth, and Rolly fifth. Because if Rolly comes in, I still think he's not as pleasing aesthetically as the guys in front of him. Kai is pleasing in a very subjective way to me. That's where it comes down to. So Kai Greene, will he ever win the Mr. Olympia? Dude's in his mid-40s. Also, if all those five compete, we forgot about Dexter Jackson, he's not top five. No, Dexter's sixth. Dexter's 6. And Dexter's amazing, but those guys are, I think, above him in this competition. I love Dexter, by the way. His all opinion on just bodybuilding, not personality. Dexter is the greatest bodybuilder of all time, in my opinion, by the way. Keep in mind, Kai is also in his mid-40s. Can he in his mid-40s bang with someone in his mid-30s like Brandon? I don't know. We'll see how it comes in. Body's always evolving, always changing. Also, he's had a lot of time off the stage. Do we really know how he looks? Has he gotten peeled? Is he willing to take the risks it takes at mid-40s to win the Mr. Olympia? And when I say risks, I don't mean bungee jumping. Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts. Comment down below. Do you think Kai can come back and win the Mr. Olympia the way I said it? I don't know. We probably won't be able to see it, but God, I hope he comes back because that would be awesome. And that's not a game.